They wrote me off and I ain't like that, so I'ma fight that. The bad man, damn right when you thought that it was safe to relax, you gotta stretch that. The bad man, bad. Dealers with me for real, they right here.
And we're off. I was waiting to do that.
What the hell, man?
Yeah. All right. I was waiting to do that. Go ahead.
You are funny as hell. All right, so we have Jungle Baby from the Low Breed in the building. All right, Mr. Baby, start from the beginning for me.
From the beginning. Let's see. Of course, I'm originally from Montgomery, Alabama. The Gump, whatever you want to call it. G-Town. Raised up in Gibbs Village, second part, West Side. Everybody should know that. And from the beginning, I always just been me. I don't want to attach myself to a certain group of people or this and that until I found love in a lot of my gangsters and brothers and sisters in that struggle. Look. I mean, sometimes when you talk about yourself, you had to be that type of guy. When I talk about myself, I'd rather for other people a lot of times to talk about me so I can be like, yeah, okay, I am that guy, or I'm not that guy, and debate with them. But if I have to talk about myself, I would just have to say, man, I try hard to be solid in whatever I stand on. I mean, that's been from a jit, coming up. It was just my mom's. My mom and dad was divorced, so of course you're going here and you're going there, so you get to see both sides of the family, but not as a whole in splits. You know what I'm saying? So I be in the country with my dad's folks or whatever, and up north with my dad folks, or for the most part in Gibbs Village, west side of Montgomery, and that's basically how I was taught to just be me. I had a bunch of uncles. And when my uncles put down demonstrations and letting me know the laws and creeds of being out here in these streets or just being out here in this world, period, then you take a little bit from each uncle. And I take some from my father whenever we come in contact with one another, but for the most part, it's my home base. My grandmama, a lot of people have that grandma that's that solid foundation. And because of my grandmothers, because I have more than one, but because of them, that's what kept me just want to be me. Because I came from a family where all the dudes about to go to the military on my dad's side, and then over here on my mom's side, they basically look older than me, you know what I'm saying? So they're finding out what they want to do, but while they finding out what they want to do, I'm trying to find me. And I like music. And that's when I come into play with music. So my grandma, she'll be up cooking all night, cooking cookies and cakes and whatnot, because that's how we generated income. We was the house, instead of the cannon lady, we was the baker's house. Everybody come and get, for real, they come get cookies, you know what I'm saying? Then, in the summertime, she do frozens, but while she's up doing that 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning, while she's cooking fresh cookies and making these frozens be prepared for the next day, I was up writing, I'd be sitting right there writing, and the whole time we'll be up. That's why I believe I'm nocturnal to this day. I'm up while everybody else sleep. It's just us. So I just be sitting there writing till I get it right, I wouldn't never say nothing out loud until I thought I got it right. And then this one summer, I remember she finally heard me recite some of the music. Because I was like, okay, this is going to be it. Because I was so in tune to music, I was like, why can't I do that? I can talk, I can speak words just like them. So I want to be able to move somebody with these words, making this music just like anybody else can do. I can do that. So mind you, I said I was writing and writing. I never recited anything. So I spent 2 years just writing. It was bullshit songs. You had good songs, you know what I'm saying? Some songs I still know to this day, but for the most part, I was just writing till I got it right. I was trying to be a perfectionist. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just writing. And then this one summer I was reciting something and my grandmother was like, you gonna get it. That sound all right. I was like, for real? And that gave me confidence to speak it out loud even more, right? So I'm like, okay, all right, all right. So I was transitioning from junior high, I think, to high school. And when I got to the high school, I went on a majority minority program. So I'm over here with a whole different species of everybody. Now, mind you, I was dumb to a lot of stuff. So when it came to going to this school on the other side of town, which was the north side of Montgomery, it was Lee, you know, I was like, hold on, let me back that up a little bit. Let me back that up because when Jungle Baby came into praise, I still had to give it up to Long Dog the Wrong Dog. And that was the guy I looked up to when it came to music. First guy put me in the studio or anything like that. I know it might sound like I'm rambling, but to let me talk about me, I have to recollect some of this stuff.
Bro, have I said anything?
Right.
Talk
Yeah.
your truth.
Right. So as I'm going into the track, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this. So I would write all my songs a cappella. I had no beats. I had no access to no instrumentals, no nothing. And my uncle told me one time, which is his best friend at the time, Long Dog, he was like, you ought to go holler at Long Dog. I went up there and holler at Long Dog. When I hollered at him, he got the beats, he got the environment, he got all this going on. So he was like that local celebrity to me in my eyes. You know what I mean? And so I was like, okay, so they actually doing what I said I wanted to do. So I got to writing, and then he was like, I'm going to put you in the studio. And he put me in the studio on spot. I was just riding with him one day, and we rode by the studio. And he put me in the studio. Mind you, I can't be no more than about 14, 15 at that time. No, okay, so it was like 13, 14. And he put me in the studio. And I spit. And when I spit on the mic, it was good. Everybody was saying it was good. But to me, it wasn't good. You know why it wasn't good? Because I thought I was supposed to sound like Snoop Dogg when I rap. But instead, on that microphone, I sounded just like this. I got a hard in the hood. I was like, where the hell is this growl coming from? I thought I was supposed to be on the mic. It's the same old night. I thought that's how I was going, because like I said, I wasn't spitting none of this out loud. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that everybody has a different voice. So I wasn't spitting this out loud at all. I'm just writing it in my head. So in my head, it sounded a different way far as vocally. Now these words, they're the same, and I'm expressing them the same. It's just, it sounded different now that I get to hear my voice on an actual recording, right? Because I recorded on tape players with my friends and everything like that. I was like, this is what I'm going to be. And, you know, I took it serious. Out of my friends, they played with it and went here and went there. No, I took this shit serious. This is finna be me. So when I get on that mic, I came out of the studio and I'm feeling like this. I'm like, man, he was like, man, that shit sound good. I was like, no, man, I supposed to sound like Snoop Dogg. Them niggas fell out laughing. So it was time for me to, because Long Dog was a worker. You know what I'm saying? He don't believe in sitting around. If it's studio time and he has to pay for the studio time, every minute counts. You know what I mean? So you done? All right, mix that shit real quick. Put that rough mix on and go to the next. You know what I mean? We ain't got time to listen to that shit. Go to the next. We heard it 1, 2 times. Go to the next. So he was going to the next. And this particular verse that I spit this time, I heard it. So, you know, they tell me this is how your voice, that's your voice. You know what I'm saying? What are you tripping on, guy? That's your voice. So I'm in charge. So I had to, you know, I was like, okay, so this is what it's going to be. So I go in and I spit this verse this time. And in this time, I got real emotional. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew this is what it's going to be for me. I knew this is what I love. You know what I'm saying? This is it. I can say so many words, but I can't even describe it because I just felt like, damn. So while I was in there, you know, I teared up. Not on no punk ass shit or nothing like that. Just like, man, this, I don't know. It was life changing just to hear it and have that instilled in me like, hey, man, this is what I'm finna become. So I go to high school that following year onto a whole other side of town. This is north side. I'm from the west. Now, this is why I say I was dumb to a lot of stuff. Because when I got to that school, you know, I knew like 1 or 2 people. And that's just because he was a relative and he was a relative. I knew nobody else on this whole side of town. It was like a different planet to me. And before I rewind it a little bit, I got to merge around people and I got to hooking up with certain people, and I actually went out and did some club life, and I seen this. I was like, what the fuck is this? These them niggas set tripping because I'm a gangster. You know what I'm saying? I'm a gangster. I got laws and decrees, but we don't set trip because we don't gang bang. You know what I'm saying? I'm just an outstanding member. So I'm like, hey, are them niggas set tripping or something like that? And nigga was like, nah, north side. That's why I said I was dumb. I said, north side. I looked at, what the fuck you mean, north side? I was like, nigga, I'm from the west side. Oh, shit. I had to rethink everything. And I was like, it's embarrassing in a way because I thought Montgomery, because they was bringing me up Montgomery as a whole. This shit is the west side. I mean, it ain't another side to Montgomery. This shit is west side. I don't give a fuck if we over here in East Air Mall. This shit is west side to me because that's how it was instilled in me, right? I was just being naive to a lot of shit. Not saying that, I mean, it's partially my fault because my eyes wasn't open and being aware of my surroundings. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just used to being over here on the west so much, living like this on the west so much, I just thought the whole world, my world, not the whole world if you go to Italy or France or anything like that, but where I'm from in Montgomery, this is considered to be the west side. You know what I'm saying? That's all we pump, that's all we bump, that's all we rep. So when I got over there, these niggas is north side. And by the way, these niggas was the group that I'm more known for being in the first place, which is small time ballers. You know what I mean? So as I got my name from being over here on this west, and I started building up by me going over here to this school, put my foot down on a whole nother turf, and get my name known over here on a whole nother turf, on a whole nother spectrum, on a whole nother level, it made my people from back home respect me even more. You feel me? So I went over here and had to become me. So when I come over here, west side, I'm like, all right, and then I hook up with some cats, Big Huck, Killer Cat, Gangsta Mob, Lil Duddy, and we became small time ballers. Rest in peace, Coco. So this thing was the biggest thing, and again, it's like I was seeing this shit like I was a psychic. I see what's gonna happen. I seen when we was gonna break up. I seen why we was gonna break up. It's like I was a psychic, and I was trying to tell them before anything went down. I know it sound crazy. Hey man, this the shit that we need to look for. This the shit that's gonna break us up, and it happened anyway. But I told them this was gonna be the shit. You feel me? But hey, that's neither here nor there. But when we got to that point, and we making this awesome ass music, I had already came to the table because I was already Jungle Baby, right? But I haven't had a foundational song because, like I told you, I really didn't have beats. Besides what I was over here recording with Long Dog the Wrong Dog on within our group, you know what I'm saying? But the school took me somewhere else. So now I'm over here. All my songs are a cappella. So I wrote a couple songs for the groups and boom, they liking it. We finna go to Birmingham. Only reason we went to Birmingham to record because I had recorded some songs with some more niggas. And this nigga was named Greg Logan. And Greg Logan was the founder of Gump Click. But he had access, and he took me to a studio once, and it was a bigger studio than we were recording at Long Dog shit. We went to Birmingham, and there was no GPSs or nothing like that. I just remember this shit, straight muscle memory. So after we partied and our time expired together with me and Greg Logan, and boom, you know, you can only take me so far, or I can only take him so far. Type the relationship just kind of expired, but we still showed a mutual love for one another, respect for one another. But I just went over here and I was still finding me. And when I went over here, the man was like, "Where we gonna record at?" It's just like a movie. Where we gonna record at? Boy, I got a spot. And off a humbug, we loaded up in the car and we went and we rode around. We rode to Birmingham and we found the fucking studio just off my muscle memory. And when we got here, we recorded hits after hits after hits. And we brought that shit back to Montgomery. And when we, once again, naive to a lot of stuff, we supposed to be, but social media and access to the world wasn't like that back then, especially coming from where we were coming from. We coming from Alabama. You know what I'm saying? They was calling us Bamas. You know what I'm saying? Before we was laying down foundation, man, we coming from Alabama hard as shit. And we was doing our thing, but naively. So we came into I didn't really care two fucks about that song for real. Let me rephrase that. I did care two fucks about the song, but it just wasn't one of my most favorable songs. But it was one of the most popular songs, right? It was "We Love Them Girls" or whatever, and we did the song. Everybody liked the song. It was a fun song to do, but Lil Jon, we did it in a recording studio once in Birmingham, and Lil Jon was there at that time. But they took our whole concept and they brought that shit back, but they brought it everywhere around Montgomery and dropped it in our little shit last. You know what I'm saying? So now we out here performing the song. It looks like we done stole the song from them, but in actuality, documented, they got it from us. For real, for real. I like them girls. Cause we had an old school beat, but that beat was slamming. We love them girls. It was that old and the beat go. Cause where we from, we like to move like that, right? And when we heard that, it was still moving, it was slamming. But damn, they took our whole concept and ran with it. It was nothing different about it but the beat. That's it. It was nothing different about it but the beat. But us being us, we continue to drop motherfucking hits on their ass. They couldn't stop that. And we became legendary until this day. We still legendary. Doing that, you find a lot of love for the game. You find a lot of dislove for the game. You find a lot of people are disloyal in this game. And me coming from where I'm coming from, I got laws and decrees. I stand on shit. And when I'm seeing people that I'm around start turning flow, that makes my love for the game turn sour. Makes sense.
Makes sense.
It make my love for the game just turn sour when it was just so sweet. Damn, nigga, how can you be that nigga? Or damn, bitch, how can you be that cold? It was just molding me to be me, because I was trying to find me. Well, here it is, nigga. It was right in front of me the whole time. This is what it's finna be. You're gonna have to watch out for snake niggas, and if you wanna hang with snake niggas, you gotta be just as snakes, and I'm not that nigga, so I keep my circle small with like-minded people. You know what I mean? So I see him, and he's around me at the time, and I see that flaw in him. It's like I can predict the future. This is what's gonna happen between me and this cat. This is what's gonna happen between me and this female or what have you, right? So I can see this shit before it come, but I entertain a lot of this shit, and at the same time, you get blind to a lot of this shit by you indulging in just world. You just indulging in just, I want world over here, I want this world over here, so I'm indulging in worldly ways. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here, I'm drinking. I wasn't a drinker. I can smoke like a motherfucker to this day, but I wasn't a drinker. When I first started drinking, I noticed that it'll throw off your motor skills. You'd be like your functioning skills. I was like, oh, I can't even talk when I'm on this shit. This shit got me slurred like that. I can't even talk when I'm on this shit. So when we do shows, they give you cases of liquor. You know what I'm saying? You got Coronas everywhere. You got Heinekens everywhere. You got Hennessy everywhere. You got fucking Belvedere everywhere. Grey Goose every fucking well. I don't indulge till after I get off stage. Because if I get on that motherfucking stage and I can't remember my words, better yet, pronounce them motherfuckers, I'm in trouble. And I had group members, you know what I'm saying? It's funny, but we got over it because we was always show. You know what I'm saying? We was the Arizona of fucking Montgomery. We the show me. You feel me? Arizona's the show me state, right? Or is that Missouri? Missouri, okay, correction. It was Missouri, so we like Missouri down in this bitch. When we put on a show, we came to put on a motherfucking show. I need my voice and my words to be in sync just how it is on the CD when you pop that bitch in and listen to it. So when I'm on stage, I need to sound exactly how I recorded it the first time. So I was strict on that. Once again, this just wasn't instilled in me, man. It's just the G in me. I just got to keep everything silent because this is what we came to do. Now, I'll indulge in the festivities afterwards, right? Now, I had group members that overindulged, and I seen, I'm like, oh, what the fuck? We got to do something about that, but that's when the Brotherhood come in and we pick up the slack where it's missing and still make this a motherfucking show. It's like a magic trick. Bow! You feel me? And I missed that. I missed a lot of the Brotherhood, but what I don't miss is when Brotherhood goes sour. That's the part I don't miss. It was times when situation was offered to me, it wasn't offered to the groups, you know what I'm saying? But me being solid, I did not want to take those situations unless they brought the whole group along, right? So this is me being silent, and everybody like, hey man, you could have did what Nelly did, and da 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 da. But it wasn't that situation for me because at the same time, I felt like, and I knew in my heart, they're gonna take all us anyway. They gonna want all of it because we're a gumbo. This motherfucker here, Killer Cat, is a pure lyrical genius. You feel me? Huck got the motherfucking streets on rap. You feel me? Lil Duddy, he can do it at the drop of a dime. And the whole reason why I even came to this group in the first place is Gangsta Mob, man. He just bring that energy. You feel me? That was the nigga that I was like, you know what? I fucks with these cats. Cause for one, the nigga used to feed me all the motherfucking time. I'm in high school, and I'm fresh out of school, coming straight to the trap, and we're going to the studio. Hey, you want something to eat? Man, like every hour, this nigga, you want something to eat? You goddamn right. I'm smoking. You smoking a nigga under the table? You goddamn right I want something to eat. But back to it, so what I didn't miss about the game is when opportunities were presented and people look at you like, he gonna be the one to leave us and that. I'm trying so hard to show my loyalty, but at the same time, I'm missing out on my own blessings. But everything happens for a reason. But I knew in my soul, fuck that, they gonna take all of us anyway. And behold, they took all of us. We got signed at Universal. Everything came out to be how it was supposed to be. That was a very significant moment. And when we signed, it was still stumbles along that way. But then, niggas being niggas getting caught up in the streets. Me and my brother DJ George got caught, and we got hit with trafficking cases and shit like that, just stupid shit. So we just signed, we getting popping. It's time to hit the road blazing. We on tours and shit, and here it is. I get hit with a motherfucking trafficking case, right? And in that process, that took a lot of time off. You know what I'm saying? So we had to come back. Well, we got locked up in like 2005 and get out. All of us got out in 2006. I got out in the top of 2006. And then Coco and George or George and then Coco. But it wasn't the same. We had that same effect, but when I got out, it wasn't the same. Niggas' eyes started turning green. I mean, niggas' eyes was really start turning green with envy. And at the same time, I'm saying hate. Along with that, I'm like, why? So that's what made me like, I don't like this part of the game. I don't like it. That's what this finna be. I don't like this part of the game. And so I didn't put so much more emphasis in the game like I was. When I say the game, I'm not talking about how we survive, and I'm talking about this music game. That right there. I stopped losing love for that. Of course, we still gotta eat, but I stopped losing love for this right here. And I started doing it a lot less. And then I started doing it by myself. And when I did it by myself, it made me turn even colder because people are still hating on you. People that you love, people that you connected with, people that you doing politicking with, you know what I'm saying? Hey, this DJ over here, boom, 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 boom. Record labels come looking for you, but the DJ was like, this nigga, he ain't the only nigga that's popping. You know what I'm saying? This DJ from this radio station, but they coming because at the time social media wasn't like it was now, right? They can just reach out and touch you with a click of a button. So they only access if they don't have your number is to reach out and touch the DJs or the radio program directors and whatever you have. And when they're reaching out to these people, and I'm thinking we have relationships, I'm thinking we solid. It's not that way at all. So it's making me like, okay, so that's what it's gonna be. And it was this one lady who used to book me a couple of times, and she said, "John, you just too real for the game." I'm like, "What the fuck you mean?" You know what I'm saying? Because I'm coming in here and she said, "You too real for the game." I never forget this shit. She said, "You too real for the game. You think everybody finna be stand up and solid how you are, and that's what you bringing to the table, but that ain't what it is. You can't come in here all gangster, rah, 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 But I wasn't really rah, rah, rah. I'm just handling my business. This shit should be handled this way and this way only, right? But it's not like that. You gotta be cordial with them. Hey, how you doing? And even if you ain't like the shit they did and said to you, you still gotta be, hey, how you doing? I just went with all that showing teeth for no reason. You know what I mean? I just went with all that showing teeth for no reason. And I hit the road blazing by myself. We did the I Deserve This track. And that put us on a lot of tours. And when I say us at that time, me and my brother DJ George, we was like, fuck it. We're gonna do it like this because he is like minded like I am. this is like a family when you put people together. You know what I mean? This is family of different DNA. But when you put them together, you know, later down the line, blood might intertwine. This is my whole speech. If we family and we around each other for X amount of years, then your daughter can grow up and possibly be my son's wife. You know what I mean? And then they have a kid, and then now we bonded by DNA. But before then, we just putting seeds out here. We're family. That's how aunties become aunties. They're not really DNA, and uncles that become uncles, but they wasn't originally DNA. You feel me? So we putting a family together, and it was only right. Let's call it fam only. We call it fam only, and everybody we was messing with, we considered it to be family, right? And that thing got to rolling for a minute. And earlier when we had the conversation, okay, we had no building, so I put it in the back of my mom's house. You know what I'm saying? You know, Atlanta had the added crew. We had the add-on crew. And I put that thing in the back of my mom's house. We pumped and jumped it until it was like, okay, we got to get up out of here because now we got a lot of traffic going on. We got a lot of music booming up out of here. So we got to take this to somewhere else. And we took it to the legendary spot, Central Montgomery, in the center of the city, Midtown, 1522 Rex Street. And we pumped and jumped that motherfucker. It was like a music factory. And when you come in the front, they're doing tattoos in the front. We got music in the back. We got a stripper pole over here. You know what I'm saying? It just... But like I said, it was like the boys and the girls club, right? You bring them in, you got cats that's looking for a way into this industry. They looking for insight. So my main thing was, okay, give them some guidance. You know, if my music ain't popping like it was at one time and I'm still wanting to be involved with it, then this is what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna aid and assist other cats. All right. One thing I can do well is make sure it sound good. You know what I'm saying? Sonically, you gotta have that ear. Hey man, say it like this or say this or do it over this track. Put some melodics in it or something like that. Create a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I felt like I was DJ Khaled. That's what he get paid for, right? He creating a vibe. He ain't doing no beats. No, he ain't doing none of that. But at least I'm engineering. You know what I'm saying? And I'm creating a vibe for the artists, and they liked that. And the cats that was learning, I'm showing them, hey man, we can make money per hour just off doing this, you know, and that'll keep a lot of cats out of a lot of trouble. And, you know, growing up now, we don't have the Boys and Girls Club like it used to be, right? So, but now you gotta modernize and you gotta upgrade it with the times. And people know that we need videos shot. You know, you need people to do your Instagram posts. You know what I'm saying? So we had a Boys and Girl Club dedicated to that. Then that would just be like what we created in Montgomery, fam only, right? And then brings us up, oh, niggas start having kids. You know what I'm saying? So now you torn in between, okay, if you stand solid on everything you stand solid on, but you can't deter away from these kids. You know what I'm saying? These kids got to come priority. So, you know, fall back a little bit because, okay, I ain't hot, so I don't have to do as much. I don't have to be out there as much. So I can take time with these kids and do this. But then relationships aren't allowing you to do what you had in mind to do for these kids. You know what I mean? So here it is. I'm somewhat involved with my baby mamas, and I'm thinking it's gonna go this way, but it didn't go this way because I can't go for that. And okay, so I know I'm not gonna be with her, but then we got a kid out here, and the kid, you got to think about, I want to do this. I want to have my firstborn like this close with me, but if you steadily fucking with these females and they having their feelings and emotions attached to what's going on, but you don't see it that way, and she don't vision how you vision it, right? So y'all have a conflict of interest. And then what a woman gonna do to a man who wants to just be with his kids and that's making him happy? Take him away. Take him away and slap the big child support thing on him. Pow! And them shits would hit me left and right, so you know I was out there just planting seeds. Cause I'm thinking, hey, everything's gonna be okay. Make a couple babies out here, you know, everything's gonna be all right. Not. I'm making these babies out here. Hey man, you know you gotta pay for that. Oh, I made another one over here, boy, you gotta pay for that. Oh boy, you making another one over here, you gotta pay for that. Oh shit, so that brings you more into the streets. Boom. Every time you thought you was gonna get out, bring you right back in, cause you gotta pay for that. everything become a pay. And right now, this music ain't paying, so I got to find something that's going to pay. So I got to indulge in this. I got to indulge in this, even when it got 9 to 5s. You know what I'm saying? So you got to do whatever it takes because you solid. I'm solid. And I'm firm on what I stand on. I got to take care of these. And it wasn't a cakewalk the whole way. It wasn't. You know, you're trying to find new ways, or you're trying to be righteous. You don't want to go to jail. You know, you get locked up here and there, and you be like, damn, every time I come out, my kids are getting bigger and bigger. You know what I'm saying? Now you're at an age where, shit, I can't afford to take too much time away from them now, because, shit, this is the most valuable time right here, right? This is when the most impressionable time. So I'm trying to go back to what I love, because now they're of age. Boom. Hey, and I get this and try to juggle it, and that's where we are now. You know, I'm coming back out of it. You know, not saying that anything was wrong with that at all. It's just life. At the end of the day, it's just life happening. And this music, you never get out of it. I never get out of it. I'm still doing it. I'm still me. I'm still standing on what I stand on. And I'm bringing it back full surface. Not bringing it back, but just bringing it to the table full surface. That makes sense.
Makes sense.
Get out here. Okay, shit, that's what they putting out here. You know what I'm saying? I can still put this out here. I am still putting this out here. How about this? So it's all about, like, boxing. You just hit that bag. Mike Tyson, old fuck, he just beat the shit out of Roy. You know what I'm saying? Roy ribs was fucked up. And I believe I can fuck up some ribs out here. You feel me? So I'm gonna keep hitting their ass with that motherfucking heat, you know, because I'm still legendary, right? So that's where we at in this music, and that's how we come upon Low Breed. I get back with a familiar feeling, a group of individuals that's like-minded like me, feel the same way, and we trying to build this brand and fam. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we come with. Look, we're the last of our kind. It's attractive, you know what I'm saying? It defines what we are. We're the last of our kind. We Low Breed. We're the last of a dying breed. Because you don't find them like that no more. You don't find stand-up individuals. Because you might call this boy your Woody, your ace, your partner, your coon boon, or whatever. But you fucking on your old lady. Where do you know that that's allowed in any kind of organization of any sort? It's not allowed. You go to the mafia, that shit get you whacked. You know what I'm saying? You go to any other kind of structure, that shit get you knocked off. But nowadays, that's the cool shit to do. Yeah, fuck my nigga bitch. Yeah, I fuck some niggas bitches, but I ain't fuck my nigga bitches. You know what I'm saying? At least try not to. I try not to.
What the hell?
Because I've done it, you know what I'm saying? Not by choice, it just like I said, life happens. And it wasn't his bitch at the time, it was just a bitch he dealt with. You feel me? Or should I say female, to be politically correct. It wasn't a female that he was dealing with at the time. It's a female that he dealt with, and we just so happened to cross paths.
Jungle, what's the difference?
What's the difference?
Man,
it wasn't intentional.
How the hell is it not intentional? See?
But
ain't no buts.
I do apologize for that even happening.
All right. Well,
I do apologize. Yes. I do apologize for shit like that even happening. And that's just the microscopic side, the bitches. The whole thing is, you know, just being disloyal to your people.
True story.
You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I was being disloyal to my partner at that time, because I didn't know if he was. Cause if you kicking it with a chick that I just dealt with, that's cool. But I wasn't aware that there was in a whole relationship type thing. You know what I'm saying? So a year or two go by and we run across a path and I might smash. I'm thinking that's just what it is, a smash. I didn't mean it in no malicious way. Yeah, I fuck my nigga bitch. I didn't mean it in that way at all. That's not how that was supposed to go down. But, because I thought we was all friends anyway. And I'm a Gemini. We was always on Geminitic scenes. You see that word I just made up? That Geminitic scene? Geminitic. I'm hashtag that shit. I'm Geminitic, motherfucker. But we was always on the Gemini scene. You know, when you tell a person you Gemini, they be like, oh, shit, you one of them. We're a different breed of signs. Everybody want to bag up off of, two different personalities. No, motherfucker, you treat me two different ways, you get treated two different ways. That's just how it is. Yeah, man. But that's what you're going to get when I talk about me, like I said in the beginning. That's what we get when we talk about me. I can go on and on about, because like I said, you had to jog my memory and my love for the game, because right now I'm working on projects and I might be my own worst critic. And at the same time, I say I'm a professional procrastinator. You feel me? I know I can get this shit done. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to try to get this shit done at the last minute. I get it done at the last minute. Okay, shit. But I was early today. I was an hour early today.
You was an hour early.
I was an hour early. I'm doing better in this bitch.
I was impressed.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, you don't start the phone.
Man, hey,
So
man.
I just get some chicken.
Yeah, man. I just pull on like, hey. I just, because now I got to be more on my shit. I got to do more shit like this. You know what I'm saying? I just got to keep up with times. I ain't trying to get famous and overly famous. I just want to maintain this bag. That's it. I ain't got to be in no better way. I can stay in my own little lane. Like I said, I was an acapellist. I do my little shit like that. And I do my little jazz shit like that. And I do from the street shit. But everything that I'm doing solid. I'm standing on solid ground when I do it. It's no facades when it comes to it. It's all me. And players fuck up. Hey, my partner. I'm sorry. Players fuck up. I'm glad I got that off my chest. I've been wanting to say it for years, and it's probably the wrong way to say it, but at least you know you can always go back. And my partner know who I'm talking to. I'm sorry. I apologize.
All right.
Yeah.
On that note, let's ask some questions.
Okay.
How did you find or get incorporated into Low Breed?
Mutual people. We had mutual friends, and Monster had reached out to me years prior. But what fucking me up is imagery, right? When I first came in contact with Monster and we was communicating with her, motherfucker had a head full of hair. Just like me now. You know what I mean? He had a head full of motherfucking hair. So the next time we was reintroduced, and we was reintroduced through long distance. My partner was like, hey, go holla at my partner over here, Monster. He said, baby bro. So, you know what I'm saying? I was like, all right. And then he holla at baby bro and be like, hey, Jungle come through here. And then baby bro just more like, man, I know Jungle. We already had, you know what I'm saying? We already cross paths. So I was like, all right. And I was just moving here to Atlanta. So, of course, I'm looking for a place to reside when it comes to this music. So I go over here, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, go over here and meet. Because it wasn't calling him Monster, that was calling him by his name. I was like, all right, I'm going to go over here and see what this nigga talking about. But I pull up on him. I'm like, damn, this nigga look familiar as hell. Look like Sean Paul. For real, this piece of 8-time shot it. I was like, damn, this nigga look like Sean Paul. I go up and down, we chopping it up. And I kept telling him, I said, man, you look familiar as hell. We never talked. When we hooked up, this shit was just like bam. Like I've been knowing him from way back in the days. He been knowing me since forever. That's how it was. I actually pop up at the door because this was the address. All us gangsters, so we was gangster affiliated. His gangster tell him boom boom, and we was hooked up like that, right? It was mutual relationships that we had, and pop up at the doorstep. Come in, what's up? Boom, we chopping it up. We ain't have no conversation like, yeah, man, so my people told me you coming through tonight. It was nothing like that, man. It was like you showing up, and I was talking to him like I was talking to you. Hey, man, what's up? Man, he we laughing, tripping, take a couple shots, smoking, bam. And we did that on repeat. And it was like we picked up where we left off at, but we never left off because we never met. This is our first encounter. You know what I'm saying? So it became like a family thing. And then he said something to me one day. He said, man, you don't remember? I was like you. And he was trying to jog my memory. I was like, nah, I don't remember. He was like, man, go back when you first started your Facebook to looking and shit. I'm like, nigga, you had a head full of hair. Every time I would hit the A, I would holler at him. You know what I'm saying? We make a report, yeah, I'm up through your way when we checking in. You feel me? But I'm looking for the nigga with the cornrows. But this nigga ain't got no cornrows, ain't got more chubby, you know what I'm saying? Light skin and shit. So the imagery, it fucked me up. So we had already been in cahoots in the first place, but it was just more love this time.
You tell Monster.
Yeah.
I need that picture with him in the cornrows. I need that shit.
I'm gonna
need
tell
that
him
shit
that.
ASAP.
Yeah, the nigga had a head full of hair and XO.
Oh my
Now
God.
he just got a head full of head.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
It'll be here next week.
Yeah. Play it back like Vlad do that shit. Be like, hey, Jungle said that you just got a head full of head, nigga. Yeah, he used to have cornrows on all the way to the back and shit. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it's family, and I love my group of guys, man. I love everything they contribute to whatever project or whatever we doing. We come together as a conglomerate and we get that shit done. You know what I mean? And never mind, but yeah, we get that shit done.
Say what you about to say. I want to hear it.
Everybody, even you're contributing to what we getting done. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna say like Mr. Exclusive. He was a contributor to what we was getting done. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was on the show, and rest in peace, good guy.
Damn good guy.
Damn good guy. And he was a part of this puzzle that we're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? If we need broadcasting, we know we can go over here and Mr. Exclusive. Man, play my shit. Every time I pull him up on the broadcast, he's playing my shit. He's gonna play my shit at least one time going out the door. And it wasn't like the act like you don't know shit. He liked it, the chocolate star type shit. You know, this is a cool little vibe. So every time I tune in to him, I know he gonna play my shit anyway. But he ain't have to play my shit. It wasn't like a payola situation. It was a relationship situation. You know what I mean? Good guy. And you're a contributor to this shit now. I'm stamping you. So if I call you, you know what I'm saying? And you be like, I ain't no fucking contributor. Nigga. We got problems, nigga.
I want that. I told Monster a million times I need my application for a low breed.
Yeah, man. I'm certifying you into that, man. I'm certifying you.
So I played a couple of your songs too on my show.
Okay.
And because I was giving them by exclusive.
Okay.
It's you, I can't think of his name, but his real name is Saran Holmes. Boondock.
Okay.
You, Boondock, Monster, Skip, Exclusive gave me all y'all. I still got the music on my laptops.
Yeah.
And he was like, play these. So every time I did the Big Lat Show or the Underground Hit List, I made sure I played y'all music because I trusted Exclusive's ear.
Yeah.
He never gave me no bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, people would send me music and say, man, play this, play this, play this. Exclusive, like, nah, don't play that, play this. And everything I played, good music. That was a good guy. All right, so moving on.
Yeah.
All right, so what you got coming up?
Okay, like I said before, man, I'm a professional procrastinator. I got tons of music, but it was all about time and putting it out. And right now, I'm doing a couple singles. I got the Off the Flow out. I just shot a video yesterday to FaceTime. So we're going to see how that run across the board. I got a couple more joints that I'm going to drop a couple more singles and then give them the whole product. Because right now, projects, they get looked over. In order for you to actually sit down and just go through the project how it's supposed to be going through, you got to drop single, and then give it to them. You know what I'm saying? Because you give it to them right now in these times, you give it to them whole, it might be like, all right, we heard 1, 2 songs, boom. They're not really paying attention to it because the attention span is short as Instagram post.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So your song need to be just as short as an Instagram post. Boom, boom, boom. That's how niggas is getting famous right now. You know what I'm saying? Niggas do them Instagram posts. That shit is boom, boom, boom. It's quick and it's gone. It's catchy though. You know what I'm saying? You only get a couple of seconds of it, but it's imprinted in your mind for a memory. You know? So right now I'm just dropping single after single. Like I said, we got FaceTime out there. We got Off the Flow out there for as visual singles. I got Gangsters and the Real Ones. I got another one that I'm about to drop, Money and Act Like You Don't Know. And I got a couple other singles dropping out before this summer bottoms out, and then I guess I hit them in the fall with the whole project, and then I got something lined up after that. You know, this project is called Urban Gorilla. The next one after that is called Gems. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what I got planned for right now. Might change, but I know the Urban Gorilla ain't going nowhere because it's already in rotation. Like I said, you heard the Off the Flow. We just did the video yesterday, FaceTime, and then we got Act Like You Don't Know, Money, and couple more. I can't think off the top. But then after that, we're focusing on Gems.
How do you audition your tracks?
Listen to them, right? And I look at them and I was like I said in the beginning, I was an acapellist, right? So with a track, I need to be able to do 2 or 3 different things on it. So I need to be able to write this song, be like, nah, I don't want that. Write another one on it, different vibe. Okay, and I come back and it make me feel this way. This is a good track. Because if not, then I listen to it and it can be just a one track. This is the only thing coming off this track. I don't want that. And if you listen to any of my projects, the music and song selection, that's a must. I got to give you a different feel than what you was already feeling. My whole archive has got to be a different feel because I went from being way down under. It was the hit. It was the hottest shit ever. And it was jumping. It was for the streets. And while everybody else was rah, and trying to jump for the streets, I broke that shit all the way back down to We Ain't Gotta Hurt No More, a blues type song. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed if everybody's riding this lane, then I be want to ride this lane. It's less traffic.
You don't feel like that's detrimental to what you're trying to do?
What you mean?
You don't feel like if you always going against the grain that nobody's going to want to listen to your music?
Okay, so just being 100, being for real. Okay, let's say I'm going to drop a song tomorrow, right? And right now I'm just trying to build a buzz, okay? Nobody's fucking listening to me anyway. Nobody's fucking listening. You know what I mean? So you got to make them listen.
Gotcha.
It's okay, so if I drop a song just like Rowdy Rich, right? Rowdy Rich is hot right now, right? Or Lil Baby, right? If I drop a song that sounds just like Lil Baby, then they gonna look at me like the nigga that sound like Lil Baby.
True story.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So that song will be, or it'll get accredited to Lil Baby's work, right? Cause they'll be like, that's Lil Baby, ain't it? No, nigga, that's me. But I ain't gonna get recognized for being me if I'm doing songs that everybody's riding that lane, right? So I take my shit and just sound a little different and ride this lane. Know what I mean? And if I only have a core base of 100 motherfucking fans, then goddamn it, I'm gonna do it for them 100 fucking fans. I'm not hurting for the bag. I do this shit for the fun. You feel me? So my whole thing is to just get this music across. So I don't want to get caught up in what anybody else is doing, because then I get washed out in the backwash, for lack of better words. You know what I mean?
No, I totally understand.
Yeah.
I totally understand. All right, we about to get out of here. Give everybody your social media, where they can find you at, and where they can get all your projects at.
If you hook me up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, everything is the same way. At One Jungle Baby. Can you see that? Can you fucking see that? Oh shit.
You gonna knock the mic down, Jungle Baby?
Knock the fucking mic down.
Jesus.
But it's at One Jungle Baby. The at sign, One Jungle Baby, one word. At One Jungle Baby.
Don't worry about it. We about to get out of here.
All right.
At One Jungle Baby.
Yeah.
Where they can find your music at? Everywhere?
Everywhere. It's on all, whatever you stream. Tidal, Apple Music, that's the same thing, basically. iTunes, Spotify, wherever you downloading or streaming your music at, then that's where you can find me at.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Man, I appreciate you coming through, bro.
Hey, man, I appreciate you for having me.
Let's get out of here.
They wrote me off and I ain't like that, so I'ma fight that. The bad man, damn. Right when you thought that it was safe to relax, you gotta stretch that. The bad man, bad. Dealers with me for real, they right.